want to say welcome to all of you. I'm Jenny Oeltjen, and I'm president of the Clifton Forge Board of Directors, Clifton Forge Main Street Board of Directors. The purpose of this evening's gathering, obviously, is to celebrate another milestone in the development of our Sensory Trail alongside Smith Creek. But first, here's our mayor, Jeff Irvine, to say some words.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the lighting of the Sensory Trail. First of all, I'd like to thank the Hammond family for their generous donation for this trail, and for them, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have it at all. I'd like to thank the Hammond family for everything they've done. Second, I'd like to thank the Allegheny Foundation for the sizable grant that allowed us the possibility to do this today. Everything on this end here was done by the Allegheny Foundation and the grant. So if you see any of them, thank them personally. A special thank you to Clifton Forge Dairy Queen for the extra donation. Everything down at that end come from the Dairy Queen. They gave a sizable grant 2 days ago, and we rushed and got it done. I want to thank the Dairy Queen for all they do. I also would like to thank Main Street, for without them, Clifton Forge would be a rough place. I will tell you, they do a great job for Clifton, wonderful work, and for without them, I don't know what we'd do here in Clifton. Give them a big hand when you get a chance. Say thanks to our town manager. He was down here 3 or 4 days in a row in the cold, helping Public Works with it. That really ain't his job, but he was here. I don't think he cussed much, but he was still here and did a great job. Thank you, Chuck. Public Works. I can't say enough about Clifton Forge Public Works. They did in 1 day. They did what it took another place to do in 5 days. It was awesome. They did. I want to thank Chris Keyser and his crew, and shout out to B.J. Brugman. He's a mechanic over here at the Public Works. He saw me struggling over here the other day by myself putting up lights. He came for 2 hours and helped me after he got off his job and helped me. Didn't ask or nothing, just came on and started helping. And on behalf of myself and Town Council, I hope everyone has a great Christmas, wonderful holidays, and enjoy. Chuck?
I think
Jenny?
I got the long one.
You got the long one?
No, you don't.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
I'll keep mine short because I just heard that the town manager has a long one. Late this last summer, I'd come down here to the Sensory Trail and I just loved it. And I thought, we were talking about getting Christmas lights up because we start talking about the 4th of July parade in January. So in July, we're talking about Christmas for the town. But we had asked some of our board of directors if they had some old Christmas trees laying around, if they had old extra Christmas lights to put up. Maybe this time of the year we could come down and put up these lights and trees down here. Little did I realize what the amazing outcome would be. And here we are tonight to formally open a very special seasonal lighting display that will allow us to continue to enjoy the Sensory Trail during the darkest moments of our winter. At the outset, let me say that this beautiful and creative light display could not have happened without a very generous grant from the Allegheny Foundation. That grant, our town, I've lost my place, so I'm not going to listen to my notes. To get that grant, a grant had to be written. And I don't know if Gail Hillert is here tonight, but without her expertise and her attention to detail, this would never have come about. But our hats are off to Gail Hillert. And then Mosca comes in. They are a company. If you walk through our historic downtown area, you'll see those big snowflakes and the little snowflakes that we have. They came to us years ago and we were able to decorate our downtown with that. And they were the ones who came in. Her name is Nina Schroeder. She came in and she worked with us. Oh my gosh, there she is. I'm sorry. I can't see squat in the dark. Nina is the one that provided the lights, the direction, and she came down here and gave them the directions on how to put up the lights. So we are so thankful for you and for your company. Thank you so very much.
I would not have missed this.
Oh, so glad to have you down here. So what do you think?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, on with the notes. I want to keep it short so you got time to talk. But it wasn't just Nina that did this. It was people like Gail Hillard. It was people like the Allegheny Foundation. It was the people like the Public Works, like Jeff was saying, that came out here on their time and put up these lights. And the tree back here with the falling icicles, one of the Public Works guys got up in the tree and put those lights up there. Guess what that tree is covered in? Sumac. Guess what he's allergic to? Sumac. So it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get these lights coming up. But these lights will be with us through March. Every year in November, these lights will come on. And like I said, it lights the darkest part of our winter. And this is when we need the lights. You know, people suffer from seasonal, from SAD, you know, from the lack of lights. So these lights will provide that happiness and everything else for us to come. And lastly, you may have noticed that there are some Christmas trees out in here, like Jeff said. Dairy Queen stepped up and gave us a very generous donation so that we could have extra lights in the park. So take your time this winter, bring your grandkids, bring yourselves, come enjoy the trail. So I just want to say, before I let Chuck come up here, how about a big round of applause for everybody that's had a part in this. And Chuck, we'll let you step up here and talk. That's pretty small print.
It is. Single space, small print. Good evening. The rain quit. We have a beautiful night. And wow, what a night it really is. What a beautiful night to be able to dedicate and open such a wonderful and beautiful seasonal light display for our community. But before we do that, I want to talk just a little bit about everything that's been accomplished to get us to this point tonight. There have been so many people involved in making sure that what you're seeing tonight came to be, and you've heard most of them mentioned and thanked already. But I want to elaborate just a little bit more. Where you're standing right now, the space that you're standing in, did not exist as it is tonight, this time last year. What started in 2022 with the request from resident John Mosier for town council to realize that there was a need for safe, accessible, and appropriate outdoor space for everyone to enjoy, especially those with disabilities. From that initial request, our Sensory Trail was born, with very generous funding provided by the family and congregation of the late Reverend Gordon Hammond, countless hours of work by our Public Works staff, Mayor Irvine, and members of the Parks and Trail Committee, our beautiful Sensory Trail came to be. It was dedicated in May of this year. Until then, we basically had a path through the woods. And look at what we have now. And as Jenny said, in late summer, the idea was hatched to have some sort of seasonal light display to light the trail during the winter months. Through very committed and dedicated work by our Clifton Forge Main Street group and their volunteer, and that's the key word, volunteer grant writer Gail Hillard, that idea evolved from us looking for donated and unwanted and no longer used Christmas decorations to actually light the trail. What we have tonight is a design that we've already talked about from Mosca, and our personal representative from Mosca, Nina, and she is here, professionally designed a light display to enhance our trail. Once the design was decided on, though, we had to be able to pay for it. Thus, the volunteer grant writer. Clifton Forge Main Street was able to work with the Allegheny Foundation to obtain grant funding for most of the costs associated with lighting the creek. The town was able to provide the rest. Once again, with countless hours of work by our Public Works Department, coordination with Nina, who went way above and beyond to make sure that this happened with extended order deadlines, as well as extended discount periods, to rush shipping on the order, and volunteering her whole day last Thursday to be out here in the cold with us to get it installed. Our beautiful light display is ready for you to enjoy. But the story isn't quite over just yet. Mayor Irvine wanted a little bit more for everyone to enjoy. He went out on his own and received a very generous donation from Mr. Patel, the owner of the Dairy Queen, and with money from his own pocket and that donation, he purchased and installed by himself all of the lights and display that you see on the bridge and around the community garden area. I did learn tonight, though, that he did have some help the other evening from BJ and from town attorney and his family, Jarrett and Katie Jenkins, and their 2 children, Wallace and Samuel. So thank y'all for that. All of this brings me to one word, and it's love. If you walk over the bridge and look back toward town, you will see our wonderful love sculpture that was unveiled about this time last year. It, just like this trail and the display, is a result of volunteers who, led by Martha Edwards, showed their love for Clifton Forge to get us on the Love Sign map in Virginia. This trail and light display came to be because of love. The love of John Mosier for his son, Dawson, and all people with disabilities. The love of Mayor Irvine for his hometown. The love of the Hammond family for their husband, father, grandfather, and brother. The love of Clifton Forge Main Street to make our town a better place. The love of Gail Hillard to continually help and support them in that effort. The love of the owners of the Dairy Queen to support the town that they operate in. The love of our dedicated public works crew to work so very hard to keep the town operational and presentable for us at all times. The love of the Allegheny Foundation for continually sponsoring and funding activities throughout the Allegheny Highlands to make it a better place to live. The love of Nina and Mocha Design to help a small town realize our dreams. But most of all, the love of all of you who make our town what it is and help us work and continue to support us to help make it better. And I'm closing tonight. I'm going to reuse something that I used at the Love Sculpture dedication last year. On a very cold December night last year, Karen and I brought our grandchildren to visit the Clifton Forge School of the Arts lighted garden and, of course, the Love Sculpture for the very first time. After a few minutes visiting the sculpture, the adults were ready for the warmth of home. But the children didn't agree. And in the words of my then 4-year-old granddaughter, Charlotte, who's running around here somewhere tonight, as she poked her head through one of the letters on the sculpture, said, "But Pawpaw, it's so beautiful here, I just want to stay." I urge you tonight, follow her lead. Take it all in. The Love Sculpture, the Clifton Forge School of the Arts lighted garden, and our beautiful lighted creek and Sensory Trail. And my sincere hope is that when you do that, you will experience the magic of the season that we're in and the immense love that is all around you here. Merry Christmas.
Just a reminder, try to stay on the path, the asphalted path. As you get out in the grass, it's a lot of wires. We don't want nobody to get hurt or electrocuted or anything.
Yeah, we had rain today. I know we don't know what that is, but we had rain today. I think at this time, the mayor, the town manager, and myself are going to cut the ribbon so that you can all go out and enjoy this creek, or this trail.
Yeah, don't get in the creek.
Don't get in the creek.